I don't know why Montez Ford is still with Dawkins. I really don't.
I knew he was gonna do
Like
this, dog.
I just don't. Like I'm gonna give it some. I'm gonna chill. He told me to chill in the Discord. He said chill, bro, because they're heels now. I can go with the heels. Like at least they ain't baby faces. But bro, let him break free. But maybe he'll break free after this run. I don't know. Who knows? But
Tyler Breeze, Prince Pretty, and this is Wrestling's Behind the Curtain.
you already know what it is. It's your boy, Chance, Cancel the Great. Just watch Royal Rumble. Well, we didn't just watch it, because obviously you
Yeah,
could get us
man,
recording.
man.
You know what I mean? But we was gonna put it out quick pause. But the breaking news. We'll get with the Be Yourself podcast. Go to that one about AD, Luca, crazy. So make sure y'all go to Be Yourself podcast. Check that one out. That me and Kenny about to talk about. But Royal Rumble. I mean, we'll go just the way it started to the way it finished. So if y'all watched our live Royal Rumble predictions, we pretty much got every surprise woman that was coming there. Pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe I think Becky, pretty much on point with everyone. Um, what were your moments that you were like, all right, this is fire? And did you have any downside in the women's?
I mean, if we're gonna let me start with down, I mean, there's not. It was a pretty good match. Like if I had to rate it out of five, I'll probably give it four. To be honest, three and a half to four, somewhere around there, right? It wasn't bad. Obviously, I have some personal biases. Nia Jax spot. I mean that's probably personal bias, but also if you think about it, because you could kind of say the same thing with the men's rumble in a couple spots. We're gonna mention it later. Is like why'd you give that person that spot? We like even if like it's not even the illusion of if she was gonna win or not, because she did come down to like a pretty lowish number. But it's like, why'd she knock out all those people? Like who you're not improving her story. Like we know she's the big girl on the roster. Like what? Like that's supposed to be like when you give someone a high number. Like Braun Breaker broke his record in like literally the first three people he eliminated. That's the same amount that he matched last year. So
Mhm.
like you show when you show that, or back in the day when Brock threw a bunch of people out before they had Keith Lee, that's showing hey Keith Lee might be something because look what Brock just did. We started throw out like what is it, like 19 people or whatever, and he
Mhm.
couldn't throw this dude out automatically. Like he was just tossing everybody else out. Like this is storytelling. So it's like why are you giving Nia Jax that was probably the only real thing. Not the only, but the biggest thing to me is like why are you giving her that spot? It's not just I mean we know she big. That's why you have the throw off spot. We the can't take her off the top spot. We know those. But the her eliminated it was like literally like 6 7 people
Yeah.
like what like Bianca and them, so it's like it was like contenders. It was like that's how we doing this, okay, I guess. I
Mhm.
mean
I
could have
think
given
they
that to
want.
Charlotte,
I think
could
they
have given it to
wanted her to.
Charlotte.
I think they wanted her to be a monster. But anyway, I get what you're
And I
saying.
get it, but I'm saying, but it's like it's not even cheap heat. Like
Yeah.
you might as well give like I mean because I mean I know we said Charlotte was gonna win, but I did think she was gonna win, but I felt like it was kind of a cheap win. It was like how many people did she eliminate? Two? Like I mean
Yeah.
I don't know.
What were your?
Good points.
Yeah.
Oh, we did again, like you said, we got all the surprises right. So I did. I mean, I always like being right. Who doesn't? But also, I mean, we didn't mention it because, like I said, it was so many spots. So compared to the men that they had left open, it was 20 at the time that we recorded. I mean, I don't think they added any more after, even though we did it before SmackDown. And it was a heavier NXT contingent from the women's side than I thought.
Yeah.
I will say that. And when Lash Legend came out, it was a couple people from down there. Obviously, Roxanne had a pretty good showing. She came down to the final four. I was really surprised but happy with that because she is one of my favorites down there. Even though I'm not watching NXT the way I used to, I still do keep up kind of. So again, as far as spots,
She got the record
hiccup,
now too. Roxanne, she got the record for the
yeah, the
longest.
longest,
Yeah.
yeah, that's dope too. As far as spots, there was a couple spots we mentioned in the Discord. You gotta be in the Discord again. We here we doing
It's
YouTube, but
free.
but the Discord you gonna get stuff again because I just don't feel like mentioning everything we said because
Yeah.
again we were basically chatting the whole show. But one of the things we mentioned is like how the way it went like there was no time. They didn't need nostalgia spots. They didn't need like they had Trish and stuff like that, but it's like it went. You feel me? So again, you did the short on Nikki Bella was at a shoot or work. I think it's work. But again, they did little spots that I mean, again, whether that's I mean, I hope that's a work. If it's not, I mean, it's gonna be a work. They're gonna work it. But again, so that's one of the examples. Like there's little stuff like that where they did, little planting the storytelling. We're gonna see how they elaborate on it. But that's always one of my favorite things about the Rumble. Why it's my second favorite out of the big four is like because you got 30 people in the ring, you can literally have so many chances. Well, obviously not all at the same time, but you have so many chances to tell stories so many different ways, so many different beefs. Especially you saw later, like we were saying again, another answer with the men is like everyone got beef for Roman. There's so many stories you could tell because again, everyone got beef for Roman. So same thing with the women's match. Yeah, we had some old beef. Like Nia and Trish is relatively recent, but you had Trish ain't forget her old beefs. You ain't forget Alexa Bliss, her and like we finna have that beef going too. So it's like,
yeah. Mine with the pops. Jordan Grace 11-4 of that
crazy
pop.
pop.
Way, way, way better than before. If I have to rate pops, I'm gonna go with Jordan Grace at number 3.
Okay.
Even though she's my queen and she won, bro, she got pyro. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say that's kind of I won't say Charlotte up there. You got a pop, but it's kind of cheating. But
Yeah,
I'll get to it.
like pyro.
It was pop. It was a
There
pop.
was only two people with pyro. Her and
Pyro,
Emily.
yeah, cheating. They both cheated, but I mean they're gonna get the pop regardless. So I'm not gonna take too much from them.
And the only reason why she got second was because one of the people we said was coming back, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
That thing was crazy. Like crazy.
It's funny you mentioned that. So I was talking in our Discord, but I was one of my other homeboys who actually watches our channel. Shout out to Jeremy. We was talking about some of the stuff, and he's like he's my age, so he remembers like he's a wrestling fan. So he was pretty surprised that Alexa Bliss got that pop because yes, she's been gone a little while and people did like her, but when he was mentioning when she was champion a couple times. They were not good runs. Let us not forget. And the thing is, I mean, again, you can say the same thing about Charlotte. Like, when Charlotte's gone, me especially, we're like, okay, the roster needs Charlotte. But obviously, someone like you compete like Charlotte. Like, so that's not speaking for you. But for the other person, we gonna like her more when she's gone because like, damn, this roster really needs her. But sometimes the thing is, again, at least for me, Charlotte had the Roman problem. It's like, bro, you literally trying to put her on everything. Like she's good for what she's good for. Let her do her heel thing. Put her on Raw since that's the longer show. Y'all probably need it. Leave her over there. Like we don't need her on everything all the time. Like and again, they was trying to do it like the halfway, the Ric Flair, not the full. She didn't want the full down. It was just a lot. But it's like again, when she go heel and it's times like it's her and like Bailey in there. I mean, who gonna be mad about seeing that? You feel me? So it's like again, but I mean, with the roster where it is now, there's a couple different beefs she could go through. So I mean, we're gonna go to the her and Rhea route. If we have to, I mean, I don't think we have to, but I'm cool with that. I feel like we just seen it at WrestleMania specifically so many times.
You know what's funny?
Like, it's like what's up?
Because it's technically Royal Rumble after hours. You must be high like me, because we was talking about the pop that Alexa Bliss got, and now we're talking about Charlotte's run. So we went all the way a different direction.
You know how it goes. It leads one to lead to the other.
Yeah,
But
yeah, the booking's gonna be crap. I think we're gonna go to Tiffany Stratton rate, but we'll do that at the end real quick. So it was good. The only down thing is I had is Jade. We predicted that Jade would come, and I really wanted that story to play out because we know Naomi did it. So I really wanted that I wanted her to come in and the girls get out. You know what the perfect spot was? When Naomi was hugging Jordan and Bianca like yanked her. I was like, bitch, what you doing? Like, what was lock in?
you working. Like lock in,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then if Jay would have came in and Bianca would have been like, oh, yeah, we ready. And then she just started wailing on Naomi. And then Bianca's like, what the
What y'all gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. But that's only a bad spot. And everything else, it was really, I was really happy about the NXT. Like I don't watch NXT like that either. Because I told you in one of the videos, go check it out. Like I figured out what NXT is. Go check that video out. I might put it in the joint right here. But it's more of a high schoolish, younger generation of drama and the way it's written.
Yeah.
And that's kind of not my thing. But the wrestlers are phenomenal, like Stephanie, Roxanne, and Lash, and all them trick. But maybe I'll check it out now because they working.
Yeah, just to briefly comment on that because I do remember that video. I think it's because I think the way that WWE sees it is because the wrestlers are younger. They just and
Which is smart.
the crowd is slightly younger. They just try to say, we might as well skew it more that way because if
That's
these people are
smart.
going to grow a little bit by the time they're with
Hmm.
the old, they'll be on the main
I
roster. Or
gotta say
whatever.
it's smart because
It makes sense. It makes sense, no, for sure. Because I mean, especially
yeah,
since you're supposed to be like, I mean, they never officially, but there was a time we were talking about them going back to more adult-ish content. So if you're gonna do that on Raw and whatever, then you're gonna have to. I mean, I guess you have to give the kids something, right? So
it's smart because like what you just said basically is you always got to grow your next superstar. You got to grow
yep.
you got to grow your next fans. So it's exactly what you said. Like they're younger, so it's going to be harder for older people to watch younger stuff. Like I just said, the reason why I don't watch is because it's a little more younger for me. But that's what you do. You get the younger crowd in there. So that was cool. Next it was Motor City Machine Guns, right?
Yeah.
Versus DIY. All right, I'm just gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna get straight to it. I put it in the Discord, I believe. So y'all gotta join. It's free. And at the end of this video, there'll be a little drone that shows you exactly what it's called, Wrestling Behind the Curtain, and you can just go right there. It's free. You want to chat? Come chat. We talk. You ain't gotta pay no subscription.
Especially during pay-per-views.
Yeah, you ain't gotta pay no subscription for the Discord. So come join us free. The only problem I had with this was I thought Motor City was going to win. Shenanigans was cool. Kenny called it. It happened the way he said. Well, the way he said, but Shenanigans. I don't know why Montez Ford is still with Dawkins. I really don't.
I knew you was gonna do
Like,
this, dog.
I just don't. Like, I'm gonna give it some. I'm gonna chill. He told me to chill in the Discord. He said, "Chill, bro," because they're heels now. I can go with the heels. Like, at least they ain't baby faces. But bro, let him break free. But maybe he'll break free after this run. I don't know. Who knows? But the match was cool. I didn't really want DIY to win, but they won. Um, yeah, that's the only gripe I have of is I can't believe he's still with him. But I'll give it a run since they're bad guys now.
So yeah, the heel turn was cool. We mentioned that forever ago when we realized they weren't going to split them up. We said maybe heel turn would be good, and they finally did it. They pulled the trigger. Something again we mentioned again. Who don't like being right? But outside of that, it's funny that you say that because when we talked about it, remember? So when we talked about this in the pre-show, it was like, well, who's gonna have better matches? Down the line. Well, which is again still kind of true, but we should also say is what feuds around or what stories are already around. Because which is exactly why we both forgot about the Street Profits because DIY screwed the Street Profits over. We should have. I mean, again, again, they weren't heels and they were never heel-ish even remotely. So probably just wouldn't have guessed that. That's why just wasn't on the forefront of our minds. But Motor City Machine Guns don't think that they're not gonna have nothing to say at all, especially with the Profits around or whatever. So and I think they got some leaks. So they definitely got hit too. So I mean, it's not over. I might end up a triple threat. I hope not. I hope it's in order. I hope Motor City Machine Guns just wait till they finish with DIY and say, okay, well, don't think you just gonna sit there with those belts and you want them because we was involved and y'all cheated us out of them too. So I think that's a good way to tell that. Yeah, but yeah, I knew you was gonna say that they should have been split up because I mean we thought they was gonna put the racket to my dog's back, but they never did. And again, no offense to Dog, and it's funny because Dawkins, I think he even had a kid, so it would have been like the perfect time or whatever. But I guess they decided against that. Again, no, nothing. Again, we don't know you personally. We just think Montez is like twice the wrestler at least
I
that you
mean,
are.
yeah.
So
I mean,
like wrestler and personality.
like Marty Jannetty and Sean were dope together. They're legendary. But we know who was Sean. And no disrespect, we know who Montez is. There's always a Justin Timberlake in the group. I mean, there's always a Beyonce in the group. Like,
I
sorry,
feel like those. I feel like those. I mean, just not to put my. I feel like those are worse because that's like four people in that one person so far. At least when it's two of y'all. At least when it's like two of y'all. You be like, well, I mean, somebody gotta be better. But when it's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Beyonce and then a Destiny. I mean, let's not go there. But whatever.
No, another chat for the podcast. Be yourself. Um, the Cody Kevin, I'm gonna give it to you like this. Pause. It was just a match to me. Like they worked, had some great spots. Definitely some shit that I don't know if I would take, and they're gonna feel in the morning because Cody. I think it's work, which is the part I'm gonna say that I don't like about it. They say Cody could be injured a little bit. Um, I really wanted them to unify the belt. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I really wanted that to happen so we get the Eagle belt back. I doubt that's happening. Only problem I have with the match, because we already knew Cody was gonna retain, is I hate if it ain't true. Because if it's real, then no disrespect, hope you get better. Cody's always hurt, bro. Like everybody he about to fight is because he hurt though. Like he hurt his chest. That was legit. So I get that. But then he hurt something else. Then he hurt something with Punk. And then he hurt something like he's always hurt. Like I just like it's like they want you to feel like
Anthony Davis.
no, but I'm saying it's the work though. Like they always want you to believe he's hurt, but he's just such a good person that he's gonna overcome it and fight anyway, no matter how hurt he is, because he's him. Like, bro, just be regular, just have a good match. We still be cool. Like, I ain't got to know that. Oh, you had severe
But
injury.
it's the Dusty Rhodes model. They go. I mean it's the Dusty Rhodes, the Hulkamania, Hulk 'em up. Like we don't like again. Like we don't. You're right. We don't got to see the same thing every time. But it's like even when it was the men's rumble again. We'll get to that. But even when it was the men's rumble and it was Cena versus Jey Uso, they said, "Do you want to go for the under?" Wade Barrett was like, "Do you want to go for the underdog or the guy who's been?" I mean, you're not wrong, but John Cena been out of here this a long time. We don't got to frame this as him being the big bad and then Jey Uso being the underdog. There's so many different ways to put this. So it's like, but again, old habits die hard, all that stuff. And again, Cody obviously will be more tied to Dusty than anybody. So to go that particular kind of babyface route, even though Keely AMC doesn't believe in babyfaces and heels or whatever, like he just leans into that a lot, like more than he should. I guess you could say. I mean, it's like you said, it's always hurt. You don't really need to do that. You can just be better than somebody. I mean, I mean, it's the same thing I said. Why do we see Kevin Owens pin him in the second match? I mean, obviously, why would there be a third match if he didn't pin him? I get it, but it was unnecessary. I feel like again. So I meant to mention this at the last part, but for both of these matches, so like we said in the pre-show, and like I told you in the Discord, we was already not too particularly looking forward to the singles matches, so to speak. But again, like I said, I talked to my other homeboy at the same time, and he was again, he's a real wrestling fan. So I mean, he's just funny. He's not even in the country. He's like in Spain right now, but he's like, oh, I was not going. The time zone's not stopping me from missing the Rumble, which is hilarious. So he was like, no, he was telling me why the matches were going to be good. And I thought about it. Again, it's DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. I don't see what there was not really much to complain about. And again, the match did end up pretty good. And then here, it's like it's Cody and KO. They gonna work and they work. Again, like you said, there's some bumps in there. I'm gonna need a raise in the morning, boss. So I'm back kind of stiff. And again, to go to, which is again why it's so easy for you to go back to the Cody hurt, because I mean he always doing this or he doing a dog collar match, like he doing stuff. And again, I'm not saying it, again because it be works, like obviously he don't be hurt because he come back to wrestle the next time. But it's like again that's the thing about wrestling. It's 110% of yourself. So I don't think he be a little hurt, not too hurt to wrestle, but like hurt that you gonna notice it in the ring and instead of just saying that they're gonna cover it up a little bit in that way. That's why I think it is. Because somebody texted me, somebody else who's watching, like, is Cody limping? Like, oh no, I don't think that was real. But the fact that you can't even tell is not just about how good of a worker he is. It's the fact that he done been hurt before. So
Yeah. All right. Men's Royal Rumble. Same thing. What was your downside, and then what was your like? Okay, I like this.
I have something that's a negative and a positive. Because of how few spots. Again, no, actually, I'm put this as a negative actually, because they definitely wasted some spots in my opinion. I'm trying not to be a hater, but the speed thing unnecessary. And the thing is, technically speaking, that was a Tozawa spot, so that's doubly annoying because Tozawa didn't need to be in here. Speed didn't need to be in here. Again, I get you want to show him, but you showed Kasana, who's just as popular, if not more popular. I don't know which one is more popular. I don't care. But you showed him fine. You showed him on the TV. We saw him on the screen. Like, could have kept it like that. It was fine. But whatever, you give him a spot. There was just, again, since we didn't have the nostalgia thing, which I'm kind of cool with. I kind of like the nostalgia element of the Rumble, but if dudes can't go, they don't need to be in there. And the standard's a little higher now, I must say. But at the same time, it's like if you're not gonna have nostalgia spots, don't be giving spots to Tozawa / Speed or whatever. And then again, same thing with the women's matches here. You had at one point all the eliminations was Braun and who else? Braun and Fatu.
Yeah.
And then you had Braun Breaker get tossed out like that. I was like, do we have to do it like that? But again, so it's a give and take. People got. Obviously, at some point, everyone got to get up out of there. But other than that, I was again talking to my homeboy, and I did mention this too. Compared to the women's match, at least to me, because one of the references we have, and maybe even last year's, the Rumble flew by. Like it was never. We was wondering who's coming out next, but it was never, we waiting for, besides the time that everyone in the ring, which I found kind of weird. They actually literally stood, it was Roman, Cena, When Seth came in, they were waiting for when Seth came in. They were literally standing there waiting for him. Obviously, they know the order better than they know the order, so it matters. But that I've never seen a stop like that because it was like 4 seconds on the clock, and people they could have moved. They just we're just gonna stand here and wait. Which told me it was gonna be big, and then it ended up being Seth. So, um, and shout out to Jay, shock winner. I must say, a whole lot of heat shit. Like we on the road to Eudomania because who because first of all, I mean we the final four we called it came close. It came down to the final six with Logan Paul and Jay in there instead. But came close to my final four. I was riding how I was 3-0. I was like, oh, final four finna come through and my winner finna come through, and then neither happened. I thought Cena was gonna win, came close. He got eliminated by Jay. I think he finna go win Elimination Chamber, but that's probably gonna be another video. We don't gotta talk about that. Yeah. So shout out to yeah, he do deserve main event Jay. He deserves the limelight, all that. I do want to give it to him. It was just shout out to WWE for being able to pull one over because again, we don't sit here like we get everything right, but we was nowhere near calling this. You feel me? So nah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so if y'all see me looking down, I'm kind of like on my sham shit. You know what I'm saying, getting texting, so answering those because
Yeah, I'm trying to see mine over there.
bad spots. The I show definitely. I mean, like I said, I'm all for the grind. So props to you. You did what you had to do. You got where most people want to be. So all props to you. Just as far as like the spot, whatever. Didn't really need it, but like I told you all in the Discord, which is free, go get it. I give him props because he took the bumps. Like
Oh yeah,
that was a hell of a
yeah.
spear, and the table
So
spot.
it's funny when you say it. Yeah, that too. When I rewatched it, I thought about. I mean, these guys again, they're kind of new school, but Braun, I don't know about older too much. But Braun, that's Rick Steiner's son. So I thought in my head a little bit like these dudes. How old school are these dudes?
Now
Like
he hit him.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I went back and watched it, I'm like, and things. I mean, I won't again. I'm gonna give these dudes credit. Speaking the kind of guy so far, because again, if you seen that video when he jumped over that car, a lot of times that stuff don't be real. But again, that was actually in Miami. I know some people who were involved with the filming, and he actually jumped over the car. So unlike Kobe, so that's actually crazy. He's the type of dude that hit me for real. Like I believe that. Like again, these dudes only show you what they show you, blah blah blah. Same as us basically. But I do believe that he probably was like, if you don't hit me, you might as well. And you don't want to tell these wrestlers things like that. And I definitely think Braun said, okay, I'm gonna split you in half because yeah, he definitely because if you pause it when he hits the mat, his shoulder is through him. Like he not playing games with him at all for sure. So yeah, definitely I want to give him props for that for sure, even though I didn't need it. But
Yeah, that's the only spot for me. As far as the good spots, like it was the same thing. Like I said, with the women's, I feel like Jade should have came in during the Naomi Bianca spot. I said it in the Discord again. With the men's Royal Rumble, if he wasn't hurt, AJ should have came in again on a Roman spot. Because before that person came out, Roman was looking up like confused the same way he did when AJ debuted in the Royal Rumble. So I was like, oh shit, they do this again? It's gonna be crazy, like a flashback.
they did kind of try that though.
And then Cole could have did the whole shit like, oh, deja vu, however Cole be talking. You know what I mean? So I thought that would have been cool. But I was great. I was happy to see AJ back. He looks phenomenal, like no pun intended. They need to do my dog good, like at least give him another run or let him go to TNA, get a belt over there or something like something. Like do something because he's on his way out. So do the man right because he looks great. I think it's like 45, some shit like that. Like still looks great. Um, Who else? Jacob. I mean, what can you say? We've been talking about Jacob before Jacob got
Killer,
WWE.
killer.
We've been talking about him MLW day. Like go back and check the tapes. We've been talking about Fatu. I think Kenny even did a why you should be watching Jacob. Like go check out the
Yeah.
tapes. Like he's been him.
He was like literally one of the main reasons I told you to go check out MLW because he was out there killing people.
Yeah, it was between him and what was the other guy's name? Hammerstein.
Yeah, there are a couple people actually. MJF he went
Hammerstone.
back there for a little bit. So yeah,
Yeah,
Hammerstone. Yeah,
yeah. Those two was like main players.
all
Um,
this is up down there too for a little bit. Yeah, go back and we did the video. It's in the tapes. It's in archives.
Let me be honest with you, brother. Because in the Discord, you didn't really look like that. But let me be honest with you. Well, first off, I don't know if there's any truth to the rumors that Drew was mad because he got put out and it wasn't supposed to happen, or if it's a work. But it would kind of make sense that it wasn't with Logan being there because we were like, why the hell is Logan here? So I could see maybe they said, yo, let's just switch it up real quick, but we're not gonna stay too long on that. But I don't know. Y'all put in the comments if y'all think it was a work or not. When I saw Jay and John final two, and then everyone was like, "Oh, John got this." Knowing what has been told about John and always giving back to the business, I said, "Oh, he about to put Jay over. Like he about to give Jay this moment." Does it?
Oh, I thought you were gonna put him over. I mean, that's the only reason why I
Yeah,
put Johnson. You don't have to lose to put somebody over. That's the thing. Like they haven't been able to do it lately. But that's one thing they used to be really good at.
yeah,
You would be in there. You definitely got your ass beat.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
clear winner. But you look like you could even see like even the person you just wrestled, you gained their respect. So of course you gained the rest of our respect. I mean, not that I mean Jay been around forever, so it's like he didn't need to like. But I mean, it's just Cena put you over. Yeah, that's different. I will
Yeah.
say.
That's how I saw it because Cena's always talked about the business and how he loves it and how he believes like leaving it better than when you came, like other people have said. And to me, like hearing Cena's because obviously I don't know him, but hearing Cena's mentality, I said I feel like for him, his last Royal Rumble, this is the last time he's going to be able to give somebody something. You know what I mean? Like pass the torch. Like he's not gonna be able to do that in another Rumble. So I feel like to him, he'd be like, bro, why would I take this from this guy when I'm gonna get to where I want to go anyway? You know what I mean? So I felt that's how I felt about Cena. So, big shots to Cena. So the Cena haters, whatever. But from what I've heard about his personality and who he is, that's what I thought when I saw him as a final two. So congrats to Jay. All right, so to wrap it up. What two world titles in the women's side do you see going at WrestleMania and maybe two sleepers or one sleeper at WrestleMania for the women? And then we'll do the men too.
You said which ones do I think gonna be switched?
No, like who do you all right, so like all right, I'll start it. I believe we're getting the Charlotte Tiffany, even though a lot of people recently have been saying to run the Rhea back, but I think we're gonna get Charlotte Tiffany. I just think to me that makes more sense. I think we get Rhea, Jordan Grace. I believe we get that. Then I believe we get I don't know if we get Jade Naomi or Jade Bianca because of Naomi, but it's gonna be something with those three. That was in there. And then there was some other thing people that looked at each other. Oh, Nikki and we get Nikki and probably gonna get Nikki and Bailey. So those are four that I think off rip. Now two you already know. So what do you think? And then like guess up two others.
If I had to guess, I was gonna say Nikki Bailey because I mean you can't ignore you can't whether that was real or not you can't let that like not use it. And WWE's fairly smart, so I think they'll use it. And again, at one point Nikki wants to be on the team of writers, so I'm assuming she knows the business well enough to know how to work that in. I can see no, not that I can see. I do think it's a very good chance we're gonna get um Charlotte Tiffany, but I'm not 100% sure we have to.
Mhm.
Depending on Charlotte been gone a long time. It's just I feel like there's so much we could do at Mania. I don't think that's not knocking Tiffany, but I just don't know if that's a WrestleMania moment with the way the roster look right now. So I'm not saying I don't think it happened. I do think again the girl deserves her flowers after the year she had, and again Charlotte been gone a while. But I think there might be a potential bigger match. I mean, if Jay didn't have to deal with Naomi, that should be like my number one go to right there. But
And who's gonna fight Rhea for you?
mm, damn, I I don't know. See, think about Alexa Bliss coming back, but
Mhm.
it's like that be actually yeah, I can see that right there. But see again, the Mania is right there. There's gonna be enough time. Maybe actually, because the other beasts that's starting to rumble don't have to be finished by WrestleMania, so I could see that happening. Because a lot of time people come back. Hey, I mean, I'm coming for silverware. I ain't here to fuck around. Perfect time for you. So it's funny how leaving and coming back is a perfect way to jump the line. It's like, oh well, you all were here and you weren't doing anything, so I'm back. Let me go. Let me get that.
Yeah. I could see Alexa Bliss, but I think the bigger match is Jordan Rhea.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Men's side.
Try not to say same things you.
Yeah, I get it. Men's side, I believe we see Jay Gunther again, and I think that Jay wins. Um, give him his moment. Um, the Cody situation is weird now because it'd be Cody Punk because it has to be, right?
There's again with
But
with
but they're talking Cena winning elimination, which would make it Cody Cena. Or is there,
there's so
or,
many options here.
or
Like
is there a way that Punk could win so it becomes Punk Cena?
it's like so. Well, Rockstar, I think it's gotta be Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk because of the way the beef with Seth's beef with both of them, the way Punk is acting with like, there's no way you leave any of them out. But then, like you said, well, if you're gonna have them three, kind of gotta have Cody in there, right? Like, you got the belts, he popping his like. So I don't see how you don't do those four, right? We got Jay versus Gunther. Like, that's
Mhm.
I think that is a good idea. Jay gets licked back. Uh, Cena, there's so many ways you could go with that still at WrestleMania. I think Braun Breaker needs a WrestleMania match. Doesn't have to be for a belt, but I think he deserves a match. Um, Especially we got two nights, so you just never know. I mean, probably get a Sheamus match in there or something. We got Sheamus Braun Strowman. That'd be based on Rumble. So again, there's a lot of steeds that was planted in the Rumble and beforehand. So I think Elimination Chamber is going to be a big one this year.
I do
It's
agree
very
with you.
important.
I do agree with you with the Seth Roman Punk because we talked about that in the Discord again. But I feel like Roman Seth is such a bigger story one on one because I saw this on that's on Instagram or X. Someone said Roman is Batman and Seth is Joker, and I liked it because when you go back and you see like their promos together, Seth was kind of crazy. Like he is Jokerish. You know what I mean? So I feel like that plays out because there's so much stuff you could talk about for the promos and the build up for it. Punk is definitely cool too because there's bad blood with there. And then, if you put the Paul Heyman thing instead, like you can make that work,
Oh
obviously.
yeah, the Paul Heyman on him a favor is a big one. Didn't even come up in the Rumble somehow. I don't know how the hell.
Yeah, so you can make it work. But I just think one on one for them at WrestleMania is just so much bigger. Um, and lastly, would you rather see Jacob Solo or Jacob Braun?
No, Jacob Solo.
More meat on the bones or just better for you? Because Jacob Braun, you gonna get some hard hitting action.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Braun, but I mean, if we talk about like a wrestling match, I mean, I think Jacob's actually an underrated wrestler. I think because he's so crazy and he do all types of other shit that's funny and distracting sometimes, and again, he's crazy. People don't realize like technically, he's pretty sound. Like,
Yeah.
again, he not he's not New Japan or Lucha Underground or anything, but it's he be wrestling. So I just rather the better wrestling match with a better story from a pick. I mean, I don't mind the big dudes in there smacking each other the way like what Big E used to say, but if I get a choice, I mean,
Yeah. All right. So yeah, put in the comments what y'all think. What y'all think about Royal Rumble? Who's your who'd y'all like as an entrant? Who'd you like as a surprise? What was your match of the night? All that good stuff. I think the women's probably Royal Rumble was probably the best out of everything. And then came the men's and then trickle down to Motor City Machine Guns, and then Cody and Kevin. That's what I think. But
Yeah.
y'all put in the comments what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to you. Be yourself.